Hi, guys. Hello. It's 12 p.m. in the noon time. It's time to talk. Ew. No, absolutely not. So sorry about that. What did I just finish eating? Was it rice? Anyways, hi. Midday. Let's talk about life after lockup. As per usual, we're going to get truly started 5 minutes in. So if you're not watching this live, please go on ahead and just skip 5 minutes. Unless you want to see me bumble through this song again. Until I get it together, it will be the first 5 minutes of me trying to figure out this song. It's 12 o'clock in the midday. It's time to talk ex-prison life. And we're gonna have a kiki and talk about, I don't know, girl. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, you guys. Don't forget to share on any social media platform that you deem fit. Oh, you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's these. So these are chocolate covered almonds, and there is a nice thick layer of coconut. Okay, watch, hold on. The white, that's coconut. That's what's in my teeth. I just want to do that before I talk again. Okay, so we've got the usual suspects in the room, except for we've got Zubeida. I don't know. Zubeida Khan. First time seeing your name. Hello. Paige, Yazel, Raven, Mickey, Berenda, Arendina, Nicole. Hey, welcome to the room. Latanya. Hey, 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 hey. Zubeida. Okay, Zubeida. Hello, welcome. Caramba. Thank you. Love from Facebook. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up wherever you're watching. Facebook, YouTube. You know, it helps that algorithm out. Good evening from Netherlands, Wa. Mods are all in the chat. Yay! Great. B. Hello. Zubeida. Okay. Zubeida. Got it. I really do try. I want to get everybody's name correctly because I would like for everybody to get my name correctly, you know? So if I want certain energy to come back towards me, I got to put it out there. Hey, it's 12 p.m. in the midday. We're here to talk. It's prison life. And we got Britney running up in people's houses, girl. Woo! This was a good episode, okay? It gave us some dimension. There was some shock. There were some things I didn't know about, you know, our cast members. There are things I knew about our cast members. And, you know, this was a good episode for me. Hi, Tony. Hi, LaDonna. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty decent episode. Okay, what's my Love After Lockup song? Love After Lockup, Love After Lockup, Love After Lockup, today. Pretend that was a tambourine. Oh, yeah, I really did love, like, you know, Britney seemed all calm and collective. And then, you know, the problem is that she saw him. You know, she saw Robert. And then he closed the door on her. And she was like not having it. And I wouldn't have been having it either. I rolled up all the way over here. You see me here ready to just pack up my stuff and you won't even let me get my stuff? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Anissa, that was on purpose. Yeah, I definitely want the song to be like a come in the room or welcome to the congregation type vibe. So I'm glad you picked it up. That means I'm doing it right. All right, let's get our notes out. We're going to get started in 6 seconds. And Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of Life After Lockup, Season 3, Episode 49, Devil on Your Shoulder. You guys, let's start off with Lisa and Stan, because this was very shocking to me. I feel like I learned something new with this. I learned something new about Lisa that I didn't know. And I don't know how much of it is real, and I don't know how much of it is just like, come as you are, right? Okay, so as per usual, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share on any social media platform that you deem fit. No longer doing super chats, but if you guys at all are interested in tipping, you can do so on Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. And I really do appreciate those of you who are watching my videos, after they have gone up, when they're no longer live, and still tipping and donating to the baby fund. And I absolutely appreciate it. It's like really sweet to get a cute comment of like, hey, thank you for the laughs, on a Monday when you're like, what did I do? And it's like, oh, could you watch my video? I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really do. Okay, first couple that we are going to talk about today are our faves, Stan and Lisa. Okay, so this has been after Lisa found out that Stan was still entertaining an ex named Tina. Remember, Lisa up and left, and she said she'd be back whenever, she'd done getting over the fact that he is still, doing whatever. And she's like, he's not going to be a 65-year-old player if that's what he thinks is going to happen. Okay. Lisa is not with it. She's not having it. She's like, listen, if anyone's going to play anybody in this relationship, it's going to be me, and I'm going to play you. Period. Okay. So she left. She comes back, I think 24 to 48 hours later, and Stan's like, oh, you look so nice. You look so nice. What are you doing? I've missed you, Lisa. And she's like, you know what? I went to stay with my brother and I read my Bible. Okay. I was doing a little soul searching, talking to God. And I figured, you know what? God doesn't give up on people, and neither should I. Lisa says that she's put too much time and energy into cultivating this relationship and creating it, and that she fell in love with Stan, or she started to like Stan while in prison, and that she was going to give him a fourth chance. In her mind, I think she thinks she's doing the Lord's work with Stan. Just doing some soul searching, reaching her Bible. God doesn't give up on people, so I shouldn't, says she. And I said, wow, this woman is like, whatever denomination of her church has got her feeling like, she is God and God is within her. And if God can forgive people, why can't she? Which is such an interesting so interesting to me. Okay, so they're sitting on the couch and talking, and she's like, some things have got to change, Stan. I really need us to lock down a date. All of a sudden, she wants to down a date, and he's been trying to marry her, and she just wants to take it slowly. And he says, well, Lisa, did we ever talk about exclusivity? And she's like, yeah, I live here. So yes, I expect you to be exclusive. And he's like, are you talking to any of your exes? And she's like, no, but I am talking to a present, but that present isn't male, so it's not cheating, is what she thinks. So I find it real interesting. I don't know if Lisa is being honest, if Lisa is truly, this is how she feels, or she's just like using this as another tactic to get him to feel bad and to get him into the corner that she wants him in. So I do not know. I don't quite know what her motives are. I'm still on her side, but I want to have a clear picture of what exactly her motives are. So she's like, no, I haven't been with a man. And then we find out that Stan has pictures of his exes all over the house, like on the mantle, like in different spots. And he's like, well, we're not being sexual. We're just holding each other. Those are just memories of where we've been together. I'm like, no, sir, you're not allowed to have pictures of, unless those pictures have your kids in them and it's your ex-wife. Even then, I'm like, where are they in the house? You know, like you can still have them somewhere, but honestly, it should like unless you have memories of Lisa and her kids on the wall too, and then you can have memories of your ex-wife. I mean, he was married to her for 35 years, so I don't want to say that he shouldn't have pictures of her and their kids around the house, like, because that might make him feel good. But to have pictures of ex-girlfriends from like 8 years ago, he's like, well, I didn't know it was a problem. You didn't say anything. And she's like, I shouldn't have to say anything, Stan. And he's like, well, now I know. And as much as I'm like, yes, Lisa, you shouldn't have to say anything, but if it's bothering you, you should say something, you know? Fix it. Don't be petty. Don't be trying to hold out and expecting him to be somebody or to do something based on what you think he should do, because it sounds like an earnest, you know, issue. Or maybe he's just trying to let her know, like, yeah, I could talk to other, look at all these other women. She thinks that they're trophies. And I would agree. Alexia, thank you so much for that Cash App, I believe it was. It just came through. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it 100%. Thank you so much, Alexia. Okay. So she's like, I think we need to go and see the pastor. Sorry, looking for my fan. I think we need to go and see the pastor, you know, because I'm starting to check out this new church and I think we need to go talk to somebody. And he's like, well, me and my ex-wife have never had counseling, didn't think we need it. I've never done it before. You know, but God is God. You know, God is, you know, God, and he is the Alpha Romero. And I said, what is an Alpha Romero? So if you guys know what an Alpha Romero is, can you please leave it down below? Because what I'm thinking is that this happenstancer, you know what I'm saying? This maybe once a year churchgoer, Catholic churchgoer, just said Alpha Romero instead of the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I was so I said this sometime. Listen. You know what it is? It's because I grew up in the church. I spent a good 10 years of my childhood in the church, specifically the Black church, and even more specifically the Black AME church. Okay. So listen, and even though I'm not there anymore, it's not my ministry anymore. I will judge everybody who claims to be a Christian. I don't care. I'm not in the church anymore. I'm judging. You know, lest judge, lest ye be judged. Okay, judge me. That's fine. Judge me, because I am judging this God is God, and you know, the Alpha Romero and King of Kings, and Jesus is Lord. So quid pro quo, haberdasheries, abstract, and Shadrach, you know, Daniel in the lion's den, Noah and his ark. Okay? Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. Also, Song of Solomon, as well as Paul, Saul, and the rest of the disciples. So, I was like, Stan, what are you saying? So, Lisa says, let's go see the pastor. So, Stan's like, all right, let's go. And she's like that? He's like, well, I can change, or I could put on a different jacket. She's like, I think that you should change. And I said, come on, Lisa. You know what I'm saying? Come as you are. That's a whole lie. Don't go to church as you are. Get dressed up. The Bible says, come as you are, but that doesn't necessarily mean in your rag and tags, in your smells and bells. You know what I'm saying? That means in your Sunday best, your hat, your glove, your lipstick, your shoes are shined, and I'm going to need you to have a kerchief in your pocket. Okay. That's what he means by come as you are, not in jeans. Put on some slacks. So they visit the church. Okay. They get there, and Stan is not prepared, y'all, to tell the truth and shame the devil in the house of the Lord. Okay. He is not prepared for that. But Lisa says, I'm not gonna lie. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe. And I'm admitting it. I won't take it back because I did the shit. I was a hoe. and I'm admitting it. I won't take it back because I did the shit. Mo money. I want his money. Okay? So there you go, Pastor John. That's what happened. We met on a sex site. Stan says, I don't agree. And she's like, no, we did. I have text messages. We met on a sex site. And so the pastor says, oh, your foundation is just rotten, okay? It's from the Rudy to the Tootie. It is rotten from beginning to end. This is a demon foundation is what it is. And it's a foundation of sex. And he's like, but we're not even having sex. And she's like, well, we would be if it was up to you. It's because of me that we're not having sex. And you know what? I feel like you deceived me. You know, we met when we were out, and I was outside of prison and I was on drugs and whatnot. But then I went into prison and I found the Lord. I found him. Okay. Finally, he was hiding behind the bushes, but I found him. And you made it seem like you were all into God. But when I get out, it's only sex, Solomon, this cat, your baseball cards, how much money you had, and trying to have more sex with me. We should be going to church on Sundays, and we should be praying before meals and before going to bed, once we wake up, all the time. And you led me to believe that you were a man of God, but you were not. You were a man of sex God. And I want nothing to do with that, unless you're going to pay me and marry me and do all the things you promised to do. And so the pastor's like, look. You know what? You definitely did make her some promises, and she's very grateful. It sounds like Lisa's very grateful. But also, what we want to do is fix this corroding foundation that you have of sex. Stan is so annoyed, but he can't say that he's annoyed, right? Because he's a good Catholic. He went to St. John's or Joseph's or somebody like that. So she wants there to be God in their lives. And I said, is this another tactic, Lisa, to kind of get him under control and to get him to do the things that you want to do? Oh, this is so interesting. This is so interesting. And I'm just like, this is the reality TV that I want to see. Okay. Just, I don't know what's up. I don't know what's down. But all I know is that it's super interesting. Okay, let's move on. Next couple that we are going to talk about is John and Christiane. Where can I find a picture of him or her? Let's see. Here's she, in case you remembered what she looks like. Christiana. John and Christiana. Okay, so last episode we saw he proposed to her again, and she was like, I'm with it. I want the white dress. I would love to get married to you in a way that honors me as well as you. And so she still is feeling some kind of way because she wants her sister Tara to be involved in it, but there's bad blood between her and Tara because Tara flirted with John. And also Tara has like open cases or something. And so she can't live with her. So she had to kick Tara out. But she still wants Tara to be there because she says Tara has always been her friend throughout all of this. So they're looking for a venue, okay? They find a venue and they go into like, I don't know, their opera hall, which I was like, oh, what an interesting way to describe this part of this hotel or venue or whatever it is. Like, the opera. Okay. All right. So they get there and Tara says, John, I'm going to step out for a smoke. Hey, babe, I'm going to step out for a smoke. And I said to myself, why are you going without him? Don't smokers love to hang out with each other so they can all go have cigarettes together? John smokes too. It would be weird that she's like, I'm going to go do this without you. That's every smoker I know is always buddy-buddy with the other smoker in the space because they go and smoke together. So she, though, has ulterior motives. She's going out to have a conversation with Tara. This seems like the right moment, doesn't it? To everyone else, seemed like the right moment for her to go outside and have this conversation with Tara. And so she tries to call Tara, and Tara does not answer the phone. Meanwhile, John is trying to pay or put a down payment on the venue. I think it was like $1,000 he needed to put. So he busts out 3 different credit cards and he said, put 5 on this, put 2 on that one, and put 3 on this one. It felt like he was betting at some kind of roulette table. I said, John, who is John just gonna like? How does he have all these credit cards? For someone who was in trouble and in prison for fraud, it seems really interesting to me that this man has credit cards. I mean, credit card companies will just take from anybody, won't they? Won't they? So John asks if they can bring their own non-alcoholic beverages to their wedding because they cannot have any alcohol because this one is a recovering addict. And the venue lady says, sure. Yeah, that's no problem. He sneaks in the fact that she's on parole, and woman doesn't bat an eye, but she does have some interesting bangs. And it's just like, it's a bang that's like, we basically covering her whole face. Cause I necessarily, uh, didn't really couldn't see her face, couldn't see her face. So then she's like, babe, I went out to talk to Tara. And then John's like, I don't think it's a good idea to have Tara come because she's probably swacked out. And I said, what the hell is thwacked? Oh, it means like she's cracked out, like she's on drugs, and that made me sad. And later on, watching the mother be sad about it was, upsetting as well. Because I think as a parent, even if you're, you're at peace with it and you realize it's not wholly your fault, I think to have two or all of your children, I don't know if she has more kids than just Tara and Christiana, but to have both of them like just be meth heads or crackheads or whatever it is that they're on, to be addicted to such crazy drugs, I'm just like, wow, that sucks. Unless the mother like herself was some kind of like raging alcoholic when they were younger and then therefore contributed to this whole pattern of behavior. I mean, I find it so interesting also that Tara and Tammy, I think the mom's name is Tammy, and Christiana are relatively close. Yet Christiana doesn't have a relationship with her own child. So it's just really jacked up. It's really jacked up. And I feel for them. So next scene we have is they're going for her fitting. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, this entire time, I did not think that she was really going to get married to John. Like, I didn't think this was happening. Until I saw him putting down the credit cards, I was like, oh, I guess it is happening. But then I saw this. And I was like, oh, this is happening. This is her final fitting for her wedding dress. Look at her in the mirror. Look at how long this train is. Look at how excited her mother is to be there. And I said, Mama even got all her makeup and every last single piece of jewelry on for this occasion. You know what I'm saying? She put together her outfit. She did her hair. I was like, okay. This is a part of their lives, and I'm happy for them that they get to experience this. Like, something that I most likely will never experience. Like, the idea of like going and getting a dress fitted for marriage is like telling me that I'm going to be able to fly in a space shuttle one day. It's like such a far out thought. And we see it so much on all of these shows. And I'm just like, this is not my reality. And not even in like a boohoo me way. It's just not something I've ever thought about. Like, it's just not part of my like worldview, I guess. I can't eat this. You guys are going to be mad if I eat things. Okay. So mother says that she just wants to bring in her kids and hold them and, bring them to her, like to her bosom, because she just feels so bad that her two daughters are in the positions that they're in. And part of that, though, is like an angry voice message to Tara, like, I'm going to send somebody to your house. Boom, boom, boom. Put the pipe down. Meanwhile, this poor lady who is trying to help this woman in her fitting is just like being privy to this whole conversation. Could you imagine like fitting someone for a wedding dress and then having the mother and daughter talk about how the sister is somewhere like smoking crack? Okay, it's a lot. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I hope the best. It looks like John is having some secret off the road conversation with somebody, and I have a sneaky suspicion it's Tara, and I have a sneaky suspicion that it's all production that is up to it. But we shall see. We shall see. Okay. Next couple that we are going to talk about are Puppy and Amber. And then the third person that's in their relationship is Puppy's eyelashes. There is a movement happening in the world that I don't quite understand. And it is women who purchase drag queen, like they purchase the type of like lashes that have no movement in them. Like they're just they look like they're made out of black cardboard or like black construction paper. It is so weird to me. Like, how is that staying on her eye with just all the duo that your money can buy? I don't understand. And it's not just her, it's an epidemic. This one has them too. Like, look at those eyelashes. How come nobody has a wispy eyelash? Why is it all just like one thick drag queen, double, triple? These are the kind of eyelashes that you use, that a drag queen uses, and they double stack them or like triple stack them, where it's like an eyelash, another eyelash, another eyelash. These are not eyelashes for recreational everyday use. Okay, Brittany is the only person in this from this episode whose eyelashes were worth my time, because she actually went and got them done. They weren't just a thick piece of strip eyelash. Like, come on now. Like, get you some Ardell Wispies. Stop with these super thick eyelashes. I just can't stand it. I cannot. So anyways, Puppy and Amber meet for coffee. And Amber says, Puppy, why'd you want to meet with me? And Puppy says, well, because you came to my house and like I felt like I needed to give you another chance because I still love you. And Amber's like, I still love you too, Puppy. And so then they have breakfast, and Amber tells Puppy that she would like for them all to hang out. And Puppy's like, well, I don't really know about Eric, because I guess he's my boyfriend, but he has kind of a tight leash on me. And Amber's like, and she's like, well, call your mother. Your mother, is worried about you. And Puppy's like, my mother's not worried about me. And Amber's like, yeah, she is. And she looks pretty bad as well. Like, you should be. And she's like, yeah, she's had a couple surgeries. And I said, oh my God, Puppy it's too much for her. Her mother has had surgeries. And Puppy says that she can't live at her mother's house, that she would rather get caught possibly breaking parole. I mean, she didn't say this, but this is the obvious outcome. She's supposed to be living with her mother. That's where she's supposed to parole to, okay? And she's on parole for the next 15 years. And after like however many months, she moved out to go live with her boyfriend, Eric, because it was driving her crazy living with her mother. Yet her mother is like going through this horrible like kidney situation, like kidney problem, kidney failures, dialysis, like all kinds of stuff. And she doesn't think her mother is worried about her. And I was like, wow, something is up. Like, either I don't know what the deal is, but whatever it is, either Puppy can't handle the fact that her mother is ill, and so has like ditched and run out on the situation because she's like, I can't handle this. Like, I need to take care of me. Or her mother and her have a background where like maybe the mother wasn't that supportive or loving to her in her formative years and her younger years. And so at this point, when it's clear to everyone that Puppy should just go live with her mother because her mother is sick, to take care of her, Puppy's like, no, she's fine. And I don't know which it is. I don't know which it is. And either way it goes, like, I think culturally, I think this woman should move home to live with her mother, but also like, I don't know what her mother has done to her. I don't know if her being around her mother is going to cause her addiction to go out of control. Like, maybe living with her mother, she's going to need therapy and counseling. I don't know. And I don't want to judge her for it, but I do feel bad that I'm like, dang, like, poor Miss, whatever her name is just at the house by herself after she's had surgeries. And Puppy's like, I guess I'm living with my boyfriend. His name is Eric. But I still miss you, Amber. And, you weren't there for me when I needed you to be there for me. And Amber's like, well, Puppy, what'd you want me to do? I was there for you. No, you wasn't. You left me. Only because I was drinking too much. And then in her confessional, she's so sweet and soft spoken, Miss Puppy. She's like, I don't think Sammy is good for Amber. I think that he is, because he's an alcoholic too. And she's gonna talk about me that I'm an alcoholic, but he's an alcoholic. I just don't think he's right for her. So Amber proposes that they go on a double date, mainly because Amber wants to meet Eric. And Puppy then goes back to Eric, and tells Eric that Amber would like to have like a hangout session with them. And Eric, who wants everyone to know he's wearing Ray-Bans, I'm like, how do you even see? Are those real glasses? Like, how do you just have an inscription on the bottom right? Like, can you take that off, sir? Can you go on ahead and just like peel that off? You don't need that on there. We get it. You've got Ray-Bans on. Yay. So she's like living in violation with this person. And he reluctantly agrees to go on a double date. And she says that she's worried because she doesn't think Eric is rational. But he agrees to go on the double date, but he wants to know, like, what's this really about? Like, he's not friends with any of his exes, and he knows that Amber and Puppy, have had a thing. And so he's like, I don't get why you want me to be there. Like, what is this, what is the real reason why we're hanging out? And I think the main thing he thinks is that Puppy and Amber want to like canoodle or kind of convince him of something. And he's just like, nah, I'm not here with it. You're going to tell me what's really going on. But I guess I'll go. And I was like, okay, so we'll see. Maybe Sammy and Eric will get into an argument. Ooh, maybe Amber and Eric will get into an argument, and that's going to make Sammy have to jump up and get involved. Who knows, girl? Who knows? Okay, so the next couple that we are going to talk about are Britney and Marcelino. And like I said last episode, you guys, go ahead and give them their Daytime Emmy Award, okay? Because this man, Marcelino, comes back, and look at this poster in the back. Do you see this poster, this like woman with a ski mask on? Okay, listen, Amber and Marcelino have a little money now, okay? They're driving a Mercedes, a red Mercedes. That's the car they rolled up on Robert in, is a red Mercedes. Looking around their bedroom, she has a whole plant, like several plants. They have like a reading nook in their bedroom. They've got a huge TV. This TV that you see to his right is so big, right behind him. Look at that poster. What poster is that? Who is that? Who's that on the wall with that ski mask on? Like, they're moving on up to the side. Leaving outside, hey, with a clean top apartment. It's not an apartment, with a 4-bedroom house in Nevada. They moving on up. Like, I mean, and I'm happy for them, but go ahead and give them their award, okay? Because they really did take something that was kind of shitty, because their first season, even then they were being heavily produced. Not heavily, but somewhat produced. The whole Amanda and Britney drama, but then that quickly went away, and like 2 kids later, then it's like, then the drama with her mother, like, they keep us entertained. Sometimes it's boring, but they do the Lord's work and keep us entertained. We have to admit that. At least I do. And I would go ahead and give them their props. So Brittany's like, Mars, I don't want you to be mad at me. Okay, I know I made a mistake, and I know I put our family in jeopardy, and I'm really sorry for that. Do you forgive me? As I lay in our beautiful bed with our wonderful headboard. And he's like, well, Brittany, I can't be the only person that doesn't know what's going on in this relationship, okay? I'm not going to be made a fool. So, I mean, I want you to get the money from Robert, and we got to do what we got to do. I don't trust Kanan and them. It's just me and you, Brittany. And she's like, well, I don't want you to think that I'm bad. I want you to, have faith in me again, Mars. I didn't want anything, this to happen. And I want to thank you so much for loving me throughout this. And he's like, yeah, Brittany, but this, we got to make sure that this never happens again. Cause, I'm not going through this with you again, Brittany. And she's like, okay, Mars. And scene. You're welcome. Thank you. You can tip down below if you like. So they devise a plan that they need to run up on Robert, okay? They need to run up on Robert. Yes, Daphne, I did know that. Alexia, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's see this. Oh, thank you, Alexia. Thank you. Melanated. Yes, girl. Thank you. Okay, so so she's doing really well for her, and I'm so excited. I am really excited for them. You guys, I always support. So so Kanan gets a U-Haul, and they decide to go run up. Okay, so this is what I'm confused about because they didn't provide us much detail. The house is owned by Robert and Kanan. Now, is this the sober living house that they referred to that they purchased? I don't know. But inside of it is furniture, right? And so Brittany says that Kanan at this point is only assuming that Robert has spent all the money. So what Brittany wants to do is confront him and ask him, where's the money? Give us what you have left and, give me the furniture out of this house. Because apparently this house they're being evicted from. And so Kanan is an owner, so she brought all her documentation. But Brittany is a felon, and so is Kanan. And they're all like, they're felons or whatever. I think Robert's the only person who isn't a felon, but he's an addict. And so when they get to his house, they have a U-Haul. They're all there. They roll up. It's 4 of them. It's Marcelino, Brittany, Kanan, and some other dude. And the front door is open. Okay, it's one of those white screen doors that when it's closed, you can't see through it. Those like metal ones. And Brittany's like, okay, Robert, like, hey, what's up? Like, we need to come in and get the furniture. And he closes the door on them and it's locked. And so Brittany is pissed because she's like, we're here with the U-Haul. Stop being a punk. Open the door. You and the people that are in there are squatters. Well, no, she doesn't say that, but let's pretend she did. You and the people in there are squatters, and we're getting evicted, and we want our furniture back. So give me all of the furniture. So basically, what they're trying to do is get this furniture back. So I guess they can resell it or use it later, and that they so that they don't lose out as much money as they have. Like they want to get back what they can from Robert right now, unless he's like snorted it all. Not sure. So what is this you saw? I think this was the house that they were supposed to transform into a sober living. Yeah. Here's the truth. Like, am I wrong for this? I didn't expect this sober living house to be in like an actual neighborhood. And so I was like confused because in my mind it was like a facility. But I guess maybe they wanted to do a house instead. Which to me is like, unless someone responsible is going to be there 24/7, how does that work exactly? I don't know. So, or maybe Brittany was the one who helped like close the deal on the house. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on in this entire situation. But if you guys do know, let me know. So Robert is being himself and he's like, I'm not letting you guys in. I'm not doing this. And she's banging on the door. She's, ringing the doorbell. And Marcelino's like, I'm just here to make sure that Brittany doesn't go to jail, because, she's like about ready to pop off. And I just need to make sure that my wife is okay. And so Brittany's like, come on, Robert, come out. And I'm like, girl, like, how come Kanan doesn't have a key to this front door? So the last part that I saw was Kanan being like, take the cameras off. I guess maybe Robert doesn't want to do this in front of the cameras. I'm not sure. But they need to call the police. If Kanan is actually part of the lease for this house, Brittany just needs to post up around the corner. Police need to be called. And the door needs to be unlocked. And then they can start unloading things or loading things or whatever. So I'm not sure. But I hope the best for Brittany, obviously, all day, every day. All day, every day, obviously, I hope the best for Brittany. Okay, so last couple that we are going to talk about are Sarah and Sean. Let's see what you guys do. Sober living houses I've known, like in Costa Mesa, are usually a legit house. Oh, yeah. Anissa said she was expecting a facility as well. Yeah. Hi, Toya from Harlem. Hello. They give the right amount of drama and family content. Yes, you're absolutely right. I just love seeing them on the comeuppance because to see where she came from, to know that Brittany has two kids out in the world that she's not allowed to have any contact with or doesn't know because she was being systematically or statutory raped by some grown A man. Like, I'm so happy for Brittany. I say, give them their flowers, give them their awards right now. Whew. So, I just had a thought. Where in the hell is Lamar and Andrea? I mean, hopefully somewhere flourishing, now that the cameras are gone because they didn't come back after another season. And Lamar is maybe Andrea got tired of the vitriol. Maybe she has to take a couple months off here and there because um when she's on the show, we all go after her because she just does the most. She just does the absolute most. Hi, Amsterdam. Living for your commentary on Sarah and Sean. Okay, here we go. I'm hoping Andrea and Lamar are filming a spinoff in Ghana. Wow, just having her act a fool in Ghana. She's like, this is my culture. These are my people. I'm so happy. Even though Jesus is already here, let's add another layer of Jesus and talk about the saints that happened, the Latter-day Saints. Girl, if she tries to spread Mormon, I mean, they've already been successful in spreading Mormonism to Uganda and other places, and I'm just like, missionary work is so suspect to me. I can't even tell you. Okay. Let's go into the last couple. So we've got Sarah and let's give you a minute. Sarah. And we've got Sean. This idiot. Oh, look at his face. Blech. All right. So the first scene we have is Sarah at home. It's been 2 months since she has gotten out of prison, and she's serving her daughter some apples, and she has a really tearful confession where she talks about all the things that she's missed out on the first 6 years of her daughter's life. You can really tell that Sarah is trying to be responsible and atone for her behavior and what happened, because you guys remember that I think it's involuntary manslaughter because she sold drugs to somebody who OD'd, and she just says that all of her relationships, prior to going to jail were toxic, filled with drama. There was drugs involved. So like her earlier experience with men, wasn't the best. And it caused her and put her in a situation where she ended up having to leave her daughter with her mom. That's her mom, Kathy, in the back. And that she's watched her daughter grow up through pictures, and that is no way to be, And I really did feel for her. I really felt like, I don't care what Sean says or what gaslighting tactics he uses to try to justify why she should make time in her life for him. Because I feel like, unlike Christiana, who, as much as I'm happy that she's found John and able to get married and do those things, and the same thing with Lisa, she's trying to make up for her earlier drug use and be there and support her daughter and give her daughter and her family the time that they need in order to trust her again. And I think when anybody who has broken their family's heart comes out of prison and immediately gets booed up, there's probably a part of the family who feels like, was that the right thing to do? The same thing with Ray and Brittany. Because while being with that boo might be, work out in some cases, sometimes it doesn't. And I think that the family would want you to get right with yourself before you bring in somebody else. Because while bringing in somebody else provides you love and comfort and support in a way that maybe your family can't provide you, it does come with a lot of emotional toll that you have to work through, especially if that person is toxic. So, long story short, I say all that to say, I like the fact that Sarah isn't rushing into anything with Sean because she really doesn't know him. And I think she's using this opportunity to talk to him. And she also says over and over again that she did not tell him to move to Ohio. He's the one who put on his Captain Save-A-Ho cape and flew his dumb ass to Ohio to be there for her. And she's like, but I don't so much need you. Okay. Maybe to talk to and to feel pretty and to feel like a woman or whatever, but I didn't so much ask you to do all the things that you were doing for me. I'm grateful for what you have done. And of course, I'm not going to say no because I'm not working. So why would I say no to you offering me money? But at the same time, offering you my time and my body is not something that I can commit to because I have a 6-year-old whose whole life I missed. So what does it look like me coming out of prison saying I want to do better and then immediately jumping in a relationship with you? I can't do that. That's not the responsible thing to do. The responsible thing to do would be to get my life together, figure out what I want to do, and work with my daughter and my mother. And then once everything that my job is in place, my own house is in place or apartment or whatever, she might want to go and get her, become a phlebotomist. She might want to go better herself in a way that doesn't appeal to Sean, because honestly, I think Sean's the type of guy who wants so much of your time and attention that he's willing to just throw money at you so you could stay there and be there for him, which is going to stunt her in the end. And I think what she's doing is smart. So that's what I say baseline. And then we go to Sean. And this is what I talk about with Matt Sharp Entertainment and giving us unnecessary ish. Like, if you follow me, if you watch my 90 Day Fiance, you'll see they do this weird, gratuitous scene of people in the shower, girl, that we do not need. Why do I need to see a blurred out picture of Sean's junk? Absolutely not. Take it back. I don't want it. Okay? I do not want it. And I'm very upset that they gave this to me. Do you want it? Here it is for you guys. Take it. Take it. Take it. I don't want it. I was so mad. I'm like, okay. What is the setup? What do the producers say to you? I'm gonna go take a shower. And the producer's like, great, leave the door open. We'll film you coming out of the shower. Is it extra money? Do they get more money? Do they get more money is what I want to know. Why does anyone agree to this scene? Why do they agree to this scene, you guys? Why do they agree to it? They all do it. Not all of them, but like enough of them. I don't want it, okay? Just in case you missed it. I don't want it, but here it is for you. Look at his farmer's tan. Look at his arm. And then, like, did he shower? Is what I think is when I see this. I say, what is with his arm? Does his arm just be knee deep or elbow deep in oil, in like car oil, to where like this part of his arm is just like, I don't even know. I don't know. So anyways, we have that. And I just don't get why we had it. Okay. So Sean has bought this, or no, is renting this 2-bedroom, 2-bath home, he says, and he's living there by himself. He got a job as a mechanic manager, and he's just chilling in Ohio while his kids are in Vegas. He's just chilling in the snow, chilling in the seasons, And he now wants, okay, I'm sorry. I'm just so traumatized. Hold on, let me get over it. Let me get over it. Alfa Romeo is a car. He is an idiot. Oh, it's a car? Oh my God. Instead of saying the Alpha and the Omega, he said he's the Alfa Romero. Wowzers. Wowzers. Oh, you guys can't see that these are lit, right? Should I just take it off? My lights are lit. There, now you can see. You see the lights are lit? I'm gonna take it off though. Okay. Wow, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm here for you. I'm here for the people. I'm here for the people, okay? You're welcome. So back to Sean. Okay. So Sean says that he talks to Kelly every day because he's sad and lonely because Sarah won't meet him. But he has been talking to Sarah every day. He talks and texts with Sarah every day. And I think Sarah's taking the smart route, as I just said, because she wants to get to know him first. And she's doing the courtship thing and she's taking things very slowly. So Kelly is like, oh, so you still haven't got anything from this girl? You still haven't seen her? And he's like, no. And she's like, well, I bet you sent him money. You sent her money. He's like, yeah, like 5-6K. I hate him. And I'm sure this makes Kelly feel some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? She's like, he gives me money, but it's for our 6 kids. And I don't even think that Sarah knows that Sean has 6 kids. So in all this time of talking, he probably hasn't come clean and been honest with her about what he's lying about. Okay. So he tells Kelly that he is going to give Sarah an ultimatum and that she's either going to be his girlfriend and do the things that he feels he is owed since he's done all this stuff for her, or he's moving. And so he calls her and tells her all of this, you know? And so she's looking at the phone confused, and I'm looking at the phones, the one on the bed and the one in her hand, and I'm confused. How you got 2 phones, sis? Whose phone is that? Is that your homegirl's phone? Because her homegirl, Stacy, who she met in prison, came over to do her hair, which is why we have her and this amazing red hair that she now has. And it's all because of this person. So she does tell her friends that she's really grateful for all that Sean has done, but she actually didn't ask Sean to do any of it. And so it sucks that Sean is trying to hold her to that as though like she owes him something. It kind of gives me Deontay and Nicole vibes, where a man goes out of his way to do some foolish ish. The girl doesn't say no because you want to do this for me. So why am I going to say no to this when I don't have much of my own, you know? And then you're like, but you need to come see me. What does you need to come see me mean? It means come have sex. It means give me the opportunity to swindle my way into your bed. And she's not ready for that. And I just think that it's rude that Sean is doing that. He just needs to like move on. So he tells her, I'm going to move on. And she's like, wow. And I said, girl, don't say wow. Just tell it go. Tell him to go. Tell him, okay, thank you so much for all that you did. I'm sorry I couldn't give you what you wanted, but honestly, this is my truth. This is where I'm at. I need to prove to myself and my family that I can live a dependent life, not a codependent life. And I feel like Sean is just going to, I think that Sean is just going to, I agree, Toy, I don't like it. I think that Sean is just going to hold her back. I think that he's going to demand a lot of her, want her to be there and, you know, be his little wifey and take care of him. And I think he's going to get bored with her. I think he's still going to be talking to several women from prison. I think he has a problem. And I'm glad that she's not getting involved in it, getting involved with him like that. I truly am. All right, you guys. That's the end of this video. Oh my God. Alfa Romero is a car brand. Romeo, not like Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, Romero. Isn't that what I said? Look, these men always want something in return. They really do. And they're socialized to believe that they deserve something in return. But there's not all men. There are some men who just like to do that kind of stuff. But I don't think it's just men. I think it's people. There are some people who just like to give. And they don't necessarily want anything back, but maybe like a phone call or like whatever. But Sean is definitely not one of those people. He wants something in return, and that's companionship and support and sex. And I believe that he cheated on Kelly at every moment of his life. You don't have 6 kids with somebody and then like move on to somebody else. Like, I think that Sean just is perpetually looking for a feeling that he doesn't get when he's settled down. So, oh, Romeo. Okay. Romeo. Romeo. You guys really want me to say this name right. Sean lies and Deontay is stupid. You're right. You're right. You're not wrong. Arendina has one question for us all. What? What's the question? I mean, just bated breath at this point. We're just like, what is the question? Okay. I know. Oh, here it is. Finally. How did Britney know that the account was empty when she didn't have access? Kanan told her. Remember we saw that episode? Kanan told her. Remember they went out to eat? They went out to eat and Kanan told her. But her access was canceled too, no? I don't know. I think that she was just somebody who could view the account, but I don't think that she was somebody who could have, oh, I don't know. Statements might have been sent to her house. Thank you, Kellyanne. I appreciate it. How did Britney know that the account was empty when she didn't have it? I just, where do you put that there? Who you think Kanan is playing, Britney? Don't know. Possibly the rent check bounced for no funds, and the other ones. Oh, you're right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bouncing of checks. I don't know. All right, you guys, we're about to hit that tight hour. I want to thank you guys so much for all of your support. Thank you to Alexia for the wonderful cash apps, the very generous cash apps. Yeah, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for 90 Day the Other Way. I see you guys tomorrow from 90 Day the Other Way. It was a pleasure talking this hour with you. Now I've got some deep cleaning to do. I've got some clothes to give away. I got to get on with my day. Oh, it rhymed. All right. You guys have a fantastic weekend. I will see you tomorrow. And then after that, I'll see you on Wednesday. Maybe not Wednesday. I got to talk with Chris to see if we're going to do it. But all right, you guys have a fantastic day. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share on any social media platform that you deem fit. Very lovely talking to you all. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. All right, Jasmine, let's deep clean together. Good night, Ramsterdam. And bye, everybody that's in Europe. Thank you for joining. And everybody else everywhere else. But the Europeans, it's like late or early or something. It's like a completely different time. Thank you so much.